a movie that I forgot even came out. But let me read this here.
I also forgot.
Oh, did you forget?
I forgot so much. I haven't seen it.
Cecil reveals to me right before we shot this. And by the way, we had planned this for months. We did our commentary track for the first one in October. And you had so many months. And he reveals to me right before, he's like, I totally forgot this one existed.
Like, I got up this morning and I'm getting my stuff ready and I'm like, okay, let me just do like a quick refresher of the movies. Cause I watch, and then I'm like looking, I'm like, all right, so, oh.
And you know what?
And I had like an hour before I had to leave. I'm like, I can't even watch this on fast forward.
By the way, I had like a little mini panic attack last night because I was getting everything ready. Like, I didn't watch the Japanese one. I'm like, oh no, I want to include that one. Oh my God, it's going to look so bad. He has so much to say. And I know he's watched all of them. So I have to squeeze in watching the Japanese ripoff.
But aren't you glad you saw it though?
I am glad.
It's good.
But now I'm like, well, I was pressured for no reason.
Dude, I wouldn't have. What am I? Oh, you asshole! You didn't watch the movie.
You didn't watch the Japanese.
You didn't watch the Japanese.
The unofficial one? Japanese.
How dare you?
Anyway, well, let me know if this sounds good.
All right. I mean, like, was this also Chris? Was this Christopher Landon?
No.
No, this wasn't.
This is William Eubank.
Oh, okay.
Written by Christopher Landon.
Written by Landon.
He wrote it.
Okay.
Okay. This newest, most terrifying installment in the Paranormal Activity universe is an altogether different experience in horror from producers Jason Blum, who afterwards did a whole article just shitting on this movie.
Oh, no.
He was literally like, yeah, we put another one that kind of sucked. He basically is like, we're not really going to continue franchises going forward.
Wow.
That's why he said his Halloween trilogy was like a 3 and done. It's like we wanted it to be ends because it's ending and we're going to go on and do something else. Because he learned from milking franchises. Yeah.
This was also because he could take it and sell it for a crap ton of money.
Yes.
You know?
But this is what broke him. He's like, you know what? We're done trying to milk these things. Let's just drop them. And Oren Peli, Margot, Emily Bader from Charmed, I assume not the original.
Remake of Charmed.
Is a documentary filmmaker looking to meet her long-lost mother and extended family in a secluded Amish community. She and her film crew soon realize the family that welcomes them into their home must be hiding a sinister secret. I was so confused watching this at first because she's a documentary film student.
Right.
She's shooting a documentary. She's got a crew. And as I'm watching the movie, because she's there with like maybe 1 or 2 other people. As I'm watching the movie, I'm like, there's a lot of camera angles. I'm like, how big is her film crew? Why don't I see them in any of the other shots? I'm like, what's going on here? I'm like, did I miss something? And I looked it up. This movie is only partially found footage. Mm-hmm. The rest of it is an actual movie. Here's the problem. The real movie parts are filmed exactly like the found footage parts, like the same cameras and stuff. So like, I had so much trouble. I'm like, which is this the documentary or is this like the audience watching?
They could have put a filter or something,
yes,
you know?
Something. And maybe they do sometimes, but I was so taken out by that. I'm like, well, now we're just really getting away from what worked here. Mm-hmm. We're so far away. And again, Christopher Landon, this script feels like it had nothing to do with Paranormal Activity. Mm-hmm. It's a whole separate demon, whole separate cult. Doesn't even make an attempt to tie it to the Toby demon or the Witch Coven.
Oh, wow.
And again, it's not actually a bad like premise and story. So yeah, she thinks she's there with the Amish. She thinks her mom was Amish. She went on like Rumspringa and had a kid and then left. And then of course it's revealed that I like there is one character that's like, no, they're not Amish. And like, what? They're like, they are not Amish. It turns out they're like devil worshipping Amish people. Because at one point they filmed, they're like sacrificing a goat with like 2 heads and stuff, like a baby goat. Some cool.
Maybe it's like those Amish vampires in space.
Yes, it's exactly like the the Amish episode of the X-Files was better than this.
Oh, the Amish, that was pretty good.
Gender bender, yeah, the gender bending Amish people who may have been aliens at the end. It's a little vague. That was the actor who played Krychek's first episode before he was Krychek.
That's right.
Yeah, he was like that bartender or whatever. Anyway, X-Files tangent.
Krychek was like my AOL name.
I love Krychek was so fucking
Krychek
cool.
was awesome.
He was such an asshole. Yeah, so throughout the thing, she finds out that her mom like got pregnant on purpose, and it's another like to bring a demon into the world. Her mom is like possessed and whatnot, and it ends on like a cliffhanger where like the demon like everyone's just killing themselves at the end or mass murdering on this Amish compound, and then a cop shows up and then he dies and the demon like just gets in his car and drives away as the credits play. It's an interesting idea. I almost wish it was just a regular movie and not found footage.
Right.
Because the found footage stuff just doesn't work for this at all.
Can you like look at it from the perspective? Like, can you just be like, all right, I'm going to watch this, but I'm just going to say this is a real movie. Like, just not.
No, because they're still doing the thing where like, make sure you have the camera on. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, so at the end, I think it's just her and she's talking to her mom, and then there's a reverse angle on the mom, and I forgot it was supposed to not be all documentary. I'm like, who's filming behind the mom? I'm like, oh, god damn it, this movie. I couldn't watch it in once. Like, I legit, and this very rarely happens, I just straight up fell asleep on this movie, and I almost never fall asleep on movies, and I'm like, oh fuck. I woke up and I didn't know. I think I woke up and the whole like everyone going crazy happened. I'm like, oh fuck, what I miss? I missed
go back. Something interesting.
I need to go back. But yeah, it's just bad. It's really, really bad. I might watch it again, knowing what I know now, seeing like maybe if it's better. But it just seems like a waste of time, to be honest.
Yeah.
It feels like they try to shoehorn it into the Paranormal Activity universe.
Is it only 90 minutes at least, or do they
98 minutes?
98. All right.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
It's not terrible. It's not like it's 2 hours.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god.
And this is 2021. I think this is one they shout out on like Paramount Plus or something.
Well, yeah, they dropped because of the pandemic. They're like all right, they were trying to get content out on Paramount Plus and Netflix,
and it apparently did not work. Probably because it's just too different than the other ones, and people are like, what does this have to do with Paranormal Activity? It's like,
no Katie, no Sale.
Yeah, it's mostly possessed Amish devil worshippers. Really, that's kind of it. I did not enjoy it at all, and I don't think you'll enjoy it when you eventually watch it.
I am curious to see it, but but now I'm not in a hurry to see it.
I'm demanding you review it, do a whole review on it.
If it'll make you happy, yes. Hello, this is Cecil from the future, and I have now seen Paranormal Activity: Next of Kin. I want to change my answer on the worst paranormal activity in the series. This is the worst one. While I wasn't into the marked ones, I at least enjoyed it. Next of Kin was something else. Right out of the gate, it was rough because they should have called this something else. It was not a Paranormal Activity film. Which leads me to one of my biggest complaints. There isn't even any paranormal activity for the first 45 minutes. There's some creepy stuff that happens, but nothing at all like the previous films. I wonder if it's because of COVID protocols or something. This feels like as if it was a script for a found footage horror film that takes place in Amish country that they shoehorned into the Paranormal Activity franchise because they didn't have anything else lined up. It took way too long to get to anything interesting, which is sad because once it got there, I did think there was potential. Having the movie take place in Amish country during a snowstorm, it was really effective, and honestly, the last 15 minutes or so were really good. The problem was everything that led up to that. I did like that since this was taking place in Pennsylvania Amish country, they totally snuck the red church in there. That had to be intentional. The movie was full of annoying, unlikable characters and really stupid, unnecessary shots left in the film. This is supposed to be someone's edited version of the events, and yet they somehow still had these superfluous shots and things that any editor would have removed. They had slow-mo shots in a found footage movie. On top of that, there was a reverse shot towards the end that didn't even make sense. It was the lead girl and the demon who was filming. A rewrite and cutting this down to a lean 82 minutes would have made it so much better. It's a shame. I like the writer and director a lot. They've both done terrific work elsewhere. This was just not good.